It's always a special day because this is when the season is formally kicked off by us, having all the partners here and running the car for the first few meters on track. Even though it's a rainy day in Silverstone, it's great. The process of designing the car starts very early in the previous years, and for us it was really trying to eliminate the variables, the question marks that we had. And it's not only what you see on the bodywork, but especially some mechanical bits, and we're going to find out in Bahrain whether we've ticked those boxes. When things are difficult, when you need to dig deeper, this is where you learn the most. And I'm sure we will be looking back in a few years and saying, as bad as it felt in those moments, it was an important and necessary development in the long-term success of this team. And I wish to look back in 10 or in 20 years and say, we've won 8 times in a row, we finished third and second, and it was all part of the long-term development process of the team. It's always good that when the senior management commits, especially someone like James Allison, is fantastic, and it gives trust and stability in the team. And I think it's something that shows the core strengths of the team is being kept together. We got to run through our program in preseason testing, not only look on the stopwatch, find out whether some of these question marks from last year are more understood, and then finally see, how does it put us in a relative competition towards the end of the test. But the truth is, only the first qualifying is going to show that.
It's amazing to see the thing finally come together, and the fact that we've not even run it yet. It's brand new. It's going to get its first run in a little bit, and we get to drive it today. So I'm just generally really excited. Next week I'm really excited. We get to Bahrain. It's basically 2 weeks before the first race, so that's where you get to see all the other cars come out the garage, and you get to see and compare and look at the detailing between different cars, and then some moments you'll get to experience out with other cars on track. But mostly you get to experience what the car is like, and every year there's a different characteristic, and so it's like, how do you discover that discovery of those characteristics, and then figuring out how to hone them in and finesse them. I feel the most motivated and focused I've ever been. I really, really feel. Every year you come back, you're like, I'm fitter than ever, and all these different things. I generally feel I put more work and more time and more focus into preparation this year. I never thought that at this point in my life that I would have hunger like I do right now. And to finish on a high with the team, it would be a dream. We've gone through a whole heap together, so to finish on a high, it would be the greatest honor to be able to help them get back to the top.
It's been months and months of hard work, seeing the car in the wind tunnel, driving the car on a simulator, seeing the livery on a computer screen, and sort of seeing it all come to life as one. It feels like a true honor to get the chance to drive the car for the first time. But then also that anticipation of how's it going to perform, because it doesn't matter how good it looks. We've all put so much hard work into it, but there's only one thing we all care about, and that's the lap times. Today is more about signing the car off, so just making sure it runs, there's no fundamentals. I'm sure it will run smoothly ahead of testing next week in Bahrain. So you want to get out there and drive it in anger, but unfortunately it's not really the case. Getting some filming for the sponsors, and then time will tell next week. The last 2 years have been challenging for the team. Off the back of 8 championships, finishing third in 2022 was a bit of a surprise, and not just the result, but the challenges we faced. We didn't understand the car, the problems we were tripping over. It took a lot of time to understand and resolve. And I feel like those 2 years we've learned so much as a team. We've developed our tools. We want much better correlation from our simulations, our wind tunnel, to the real track, which is vital for the years to come. And ultimately, Toto said it this morning, you look back at the last 10 years for the team, 8 championships, and then the bad years were P3 and P2. So it just goes to show the expectations we hold ourselves by. The result on paper wasn't bad last year, but the reality of how far we were to the Red Bull was too far. So we know we've got a lot of closing up to do. I'm confident this car is going to be a step in the right direction, but now we just have to continue working, continue pushing, and see where the rest fall out.